One of the biggest myths that I hear about print on demand is that you need large chunks of time to be successful. And I'm here to tell you that that is not true. Welcome back to this week's Coffee and Cha-Chings. My name is Emily. I'm a multi six-figure Etsy print on demand seller and busy mom of two who started this print on demand journey while working a full-time job. And now I love helping others start, grow, and scale their own Etsy print on demand shops. And this week, I really want to dive into a question I hear all the time from my students and from new aspiring Etsy print on demand sellers, which is how do you manage your time? How do you use your time most effectively? Even if you have just small windows of time to work on your Etsy shop, what's most important is how you use that time. Not the amount of time you have, but what you do in those hours that you do have every week. Some of my most productive days in my shop have honestly happened on days where I might have 1 hour to spend working on it. And that's because I go in with a plan ready to go. And I'm going to talk about some of those strategies that you could start implementing today. Now, before I dive into those strategies, one thing that I want to mention is that everyone's journey is personal to them. The way you work is going to be different from the way I work. The things that work for me might not work for you, and vice versa. So, what's most important is learning how you best operate and then being able to go from there. But I'm going to share some ideas with you, and you can find a way to work them in a way that makes the most sense for your life. So, the first strategy that I do is to plan my week out in advance. And this can be done on something as simple as pen and paper, on the Notes app on your computer, or I personally use an app called Asana, but you can really use anything. And when I first started, I literally would write this down just on paper on my desk. And what that looks like is looking at your week. Maybe it's your work week, maybe it's the entire week. Figuring out what does your schedule look like every day? What does the time that you have look like every day? And what do you want to do with that time? If I open my laptop without a plan, I spend the first 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure out where I want to start and what I want to work on. Whereas if I already have that plan, as soon as I open my laptop, I am diving in and activated. I am ready to go, ready to finish what I started, where I want to go next. And having that plan is so important. Now, for you, that might mean doing that on a daily basis. So maybe the night before, you're planning out what you want to accomplish the next day. For me personally, I like to do that on Sundays as I'm looking forward to the week. The other thing I like to do is set a super tangible goal. So, for example, I want to create 10 listings on the hardcover journals in the grief niche. And I try to be as specific as possible because that is what helps me stay to the plan and stick to it for that entire week. And that's something I work on with my students. We are always goal setting in the Gift Lab community, which if you're interested in getting that support, I'll link that below for you and you can come join us. But that is something we work on every week is setting those really tangible goals to help keep us on track during the time that we do have. The second strategy that I use is I keep a running list of product ideas. Now, this one comes in handy for those of us that are in the Squirrel Brain Club because, hello, I get super distracted by all the different ideas out there on Etsy. It can be really hard for me to focus. And when you only have 30 minutes or an hour to work on your Etsy shop, having focus is so important. So, what do? I channel those ideas that I find, and I put them in a list. And I try to organize that list as best I can. So that way, when I do have availability to try other things, or I want to go back and look at those ideas that I found in my research, I can go back and look through those and I haven't lost them. So keeping a list of product ideas is key. Strategy number 3 is one that I have developed over time, which is using tools that help automate my business. Now, I'm a busy mom. I have 2 young kids who are active. They're doing all the things. They're in school, they're in activities. And so for me, again, in those small windows of time, I need to make the most of it. And so I like to use tools that will help me automate those processes. Now, there's a lot of different tools out there. I talk about a lot of them on my channel, the ones that I personally use and love. But whether it's a research tool or a listing tool, it's very important to have these things that can help you automate so that way you're not spending your time doing logistical things or doing things in a more manual way, but that will help you shorten that window so you can get more done in a shorter amount of time. Strategy number 4 is kind of going back to that focus piece. And that is, I like to focus on one product and one niche at a time. Now, that doesn't mean I'm stuck with that forever. But when I'm looking at my week or my month, I like to have a primary focus for a product and a niche because why? When I'm doing my research, it helps me get more done in a shorter amount of time. It helps me research just one, maybe two times, and then I'm off to the races with my designing. It helps you be able to really just push through those listings in an efficient way. If I'm sitting down for a 30-minute window and I open my laptop and I know that I'm working on those journals in the grief niche, then I know exactly where to pick up and start, and I'm not starting from scratch every single time. All right, and the last strategy is one that I love to hate, which is waking up early before my kids. And I know that sounds so cliche, and honestly, a few years ago would have made me just completely roll my eyes. But again, this is a strategy that works for me and might not work for you. I have talked to many entrepreneurs who prefer night owl hours. I am someone who is not functioning past the hours of 7 p.m. But for me, my mind is really clear and operates really well early in the morning. And so I figured out that if I could wake up an hour before my kids wake up, I can clear out my inbox, I can process some orders, I can put on an episode of Real Housewives, enjoy my hot coffee. And when my kids get up, I feel like I know where I'm starting my day. I feel like I'm prepared. And when my kids go to school, then I'm ready to dive back into what I'm doing. And so having that time in the morning has proved to be really important for me. Now, again, this is all about what works for you, not for me. But this is a strategy that has truly helped me just start every day ready to go and ready to be prepared for whatever windows of time that I do have to be able to move the needle forward in my Etsy shop. So there you have it. There are a few strategies that I use in my Etsy shop to be able to make the most of the short windows of time that I do have to work on it. Again, it's a question I hear all the time, especially from those that are maybe stay-at-home moms with their kids during the day or working 9 to 5, trying to figure out like, how do I do this in these short blocks of time? So those are some of the strategies that work best for me, but I hope you're able to take away a few of those from this video. And don't forget to post your comments below or questions so I can answer them in an upcoming Coffee and Cha-Chings. And I'll see you next time.